Hello everybody, I am back with the daily puzzle for beginners challenge. So let's look at the puzzle from last video. So this is white to play and checkmate in 2 moves. So the first thing we want to look at is the checks. So white has 3 checks that I can see. So the first one is rook to f6 check, g4 check, and finally knight to g3 check. So which one of these is best? We're about to find out. So the first move we can look at is rook f6. So black can't move his king to any of the squares, right? To e6 or g6 because of the rook, to g5 because of the bishop, not e5 because his own piece is there, not to e4 or g4 because of the pawn on f3, and not to f4 because of the bishop. And he obviously can't take the rook because of the knight. But the problem is there's simply rook takes rook. And now white is just completely lost. Because now, for example, if he takes the rook, then king takes, and black has a knight rook for a bishop, which is good. And there's nowhere near anything checkmate. There's no way white can win. So rook f6 is obviously not the first move. So what could be the first move? Well, let's look at our second check. Knight to g3. So this time, once again, it's checkmate. Black's king can't move anywhere. But the problem is, he can take our knight with his pawn. So it's not quite checkmate. And now, after king takes pawn, white simply has rook takes bishop, right? And now he just wins a free piece. And this is very bad for white. So the final check is g4. Now before we look at g4, let's see if white has any other moves. So unlike the previous positions, this is not an only move. If white does not play g4, which is the first correct move, he doesn't lose. For example, if he plays bishop h6, he's still winning it because he's threatening the same g4 trick, which we're about to see. So g4 check. So, as we talked about before, the black king is in checkmate. But obviously, the king isn't the only way to get out of check. He can play h takes g3. So remember how we played knight g3 check, but the pawn could have taken? Now, the pawn just took with en passant. So now that lets our knight come in and play knight takes g3 and checkmate, and that wins us the game. So bishop h6 line. Let's see. So after bishop h6, now white, for example, if he plays rook f7, we simply have our g4 line. And after hg, knight takes g3, it's checkmate once again. Now let's look at the puzzle for today. This is white to play and checkmate in 3 moves. Good luck solving the puzzle, my friends, and if you're enjoying my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until the next video, bye-bye everybody.